For those of you who attended in the fall, I spoke about the coming, some coming challenges or opportunities in our industry. And one of it was around the precipice of an explosion of small startup plans. And for an explosion to occur, you need two things. First, you need fuel, and that fuel is the Secure Act. The second thing is you need something to ignite that fuel, and with the igniter being state facilitated retirement plans. And the focus of my discussion today is specifically on state facilitated plans. Now, why startups? They may not meet your revenue requirements out of the gate, but they give you access to new clients. And if your focus is wealth management, they give you access to new wealth management clients. Plus, this is also part of a defensive strategy, as it protects your wealth management clients from other financial professionals. Now, to be successful here, specifically with state facilitated plans or other opportunities around that, you need three things. First, you need a great TPA. You've got that in Definiti. You need the right record keeper, and you need the right payroll vendors. Payroll integration will be critical. All of the above leading to predictable, repeatable process. Now, in terms of what I'll cover today, again, focus state facilitated plans, four primary agenda items: current developments with state plans, state programs versus 401ks, positioning the right solution, key questions to guide the conversation. And again, starting with current developments with state plans. The first thing I'll say is, any retirement vehicle that allows American workers and their families to save for retirement and to retire with dignity is good and noble. But depending on the needs of your client, the amount they can contribute and the willingness of the employer to make contributions, there may be more suitable options. So let's take this section here is really designed to just brief overview of state mandated plans, current structure, future structure. So what's defined in a statute? What is required for state plans? So typically they're some type of IRA, determination from employees that must be covered, rollout of program with registration dates, contribution percentages, whether program has an automatic increase feature are all included in the statute. And typically those are responsibility of the sponsoring employer. Types of investments tend to be limited, fees and expenses, penalties for employers for non-enrollment. And again, oversight of program, again, typically falls to the employer. They generally delegate to a retirement board, and they're responsible also for hiring a third-party administrator and also responsible for hiring an investment provider. Now, states and the growth of state mandated plans. Minnesota and Missouri were the latest to jump in the pool here. Today, 18 states and the District of Columbia have either gone live, enacted legislation, or in the process of development and rollout, or initiating legislation to enact state facilitated retirement plans. So again, it is growing. So 18 plus the District of Columbia today, and that number is growing. Now, future of state mandated plans. Number one, they continue to grow. Number two, states are learning from the experience of other states. Other states are getting comfortable and jumping in the pool. You're having record keepers such as Vestwell and Ascensus that have begun providing administration to other state mandated IRAs. Now, other unique initiative here is in Colorado is the first. They formed a interstate auto IRA program with Maine. The value of these interstate partnership, it allows states to implement their own programs faster and more cost effective, and as they benefit from economies of scale. So we should see more of that as we go forward. Now, state plans versus 401ks. Now, number one, state plans have a place. They're not going away. This slide here just looks at recent growth for state mandated plans. And if you look at California, over year, last 12 months, it's grown by almost 80%. So these are not going away. They'll be part of the retirement landscape for a long time. Now, I want to start to look at comparing features. So this is, I'll refer back to that list when I went through kind of the statutes under a state facilitated plan, comparing it to 401k plans. And when you start to think back on the requirements of a state plan, you start to see some of the challenges that these plans have. Number one is administrative burden. Each business is responsible for registering itself and its employees by the required dates, sending the required employee data to the program administrator, enabling auto enrollment of new employees, and keeping the payroll deductions and account contributions flowing. In a 401k plan, most of these administrative tasks can be handled by a payroll vendor, Definiti, and the record keeper. Limited savings opportunity. Because most state facilitated plans are IRAs and in some cases Roth IRAs, the saving limits are lower than what a 401k plan provides. The effects become, magnified for larger earners. And if employees decide that to be competitive, they'd like to contribute, they don't have that option. Employers making an employer contribution. A few investment choices. Investment options beyond target date funds tend to be limited to a small handful, and tools like managed accounts aren't even on the table. Potential outcomes. State facility plans are directive, so employees and small businesses lose out on that chance for the kind of personalized, outcome-oriented approach they can receive with an employer-sponsored 401k plan and the help from a financial professional. Now, comparison of contributions between state plans and a 401k plan. First, on the left-hand side for state plans, $7,000, so elective deferral, elective contribution that an employee can make, $7,000 plus an additional $1,000 for individuals 50 and older. 401ks is $23,000 plus an additional $7,500 for employees age 50 and older. Maximum employer contributions not available for state plans. In a 401k plan, it's $38,500, and these are 2024 limits. I won't go into detail here, but think of also the opportunity for a 401k plan. You add a profit sharing component to it, or you decide to also offer a cash balance plan. So the opportunity to magnify contributions, so to speak, because you're benefiting from employer contributions that aren't available in a state facilitated plan. It becomes the disparity or the difference between what a person can save in a state plan versus a 401k cash balance plan is significant. Now, state plans have lower employee contribution rates than 401ks. Now, granted, this data is early. We're only a few years in, but that is important because what we find is that, the biggest factor of an employee meeting their retirement objectives is how much they contribute. So for the lack of flexibility, lack of employer contributions, those may have a factor here. But again, they tend to be lower on average than 401k plans. Now, again, early, but we're not seeing plans migrate from a 401k plan, traditional plan to state facilitated plans. And you see by those three states listed, it's less than 1% that move. So what have we learned so far? Workers contribute less. Those with existing plans are staying put. 401ks allow maximum flexibility. Positioning the right solution. For a business owner to make the right decision, what's in their best interest of their employees and their business, they need the right tools and resources to help make those decisions. They need design flexibility, and also under consideration is tax benefits. And we'll go through each one of these. Depending on the record keeper or the plan provider selected, the 401k plan may offer a wide range of tools and resources for participants, including retirement planning tools, financial wellness, data aggregation tools, personalized education, personalized participant outreach. And you combine ththose with the greater plan design flexibility of a 401k plan. So, for example, as noted previously, 401k plans offer greater flexibility, allowing for optional employer contributions, ability to take money out of the plan, opportunity to eliminate some of the administrative burden associated with retirement plans. All of the above, including the financial wellness tools discussed, encourage employers to sponsor a retirement plan and encourage participation. Important are tax credits available to 401k plans. And the Secure Act of 2022 built off the Secure Act of 2019. And one of the primary goals to lower the employer's cost to set up a retirement plan and expanded the opportunity to receive additional federal tax credits. Administrative, we'll go through these one by one. Administrative credits covers up to 100% of startup costs, up to $5,000 per year for 3 years. Auto enrollment credits, $500 per year for 3 years for using auto enrollment. Employer contribution credits up to up to 1,000 per participant credit on a sliding scale for the first 5 years, and those are employer contribution credits. All these tax credits can be used to offset qualified expenses, including the cost of setup and administration, as well as educating employees about the plan. Three key questions for business owners. First is, how much would you like to contribute to the plan? If the answer is, if the amount is over 7,000, 8,000, if I'm over the age 50, then a 401k plan may be a better option. What kind of employer contributions are you willing to make? If you're willing to make any to a 401k, any employer contributions, a 401k plan may be a better option. Can use help with tax savings. If this is a strategically designed plan, targeting a larger allocation for tax deduction purposes, if you don't want or if you don't want larger tax savings, a estate plan may be a better fit. If that's not your goal, if tax savings isn't the goal. Last thing I'll close on this, and we went fast through that, is the resources available at John Hancock. We've got a public website, retirement.johnhancock.com. It has a state landing page for estate plan resources. In that landing page, it'll give you marketing ideas and also what it's going to provide for each state and city that have a state mandated plan. They'll give you, the rights and features, the provisions of those plans. So giving you all the information you need to make the decision, is that the right option for your client, or is a 401k plan a better option? And again, I'll close as I opened. To be successful here, you need 3 things. A great TPA, you've got that with Definiti. And I want to thank Definiti again for giving us this opportunity, for giving John Hancock this opportunity, and for being a great partner to John Hancock. You need the right plan provider, record keeper. And also you need the right payroll provider, as payroll integration is critical for these plans to be successful.